Those shoes, that dress, she knows how to impress. That hair, those curls, she's a classy little girl. Those lips, so red, she knows how.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. Yeah, rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor, I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door, and in a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? There was a splishing and a splash, reeling with the feeling, moving and a grooving, rocking and a rolling. Yeah! Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Yeah, flip flop, they was doing the bop. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was lollipop.
Hello, I'm Miss Mun. I believe that I should be Miss Vintage Pinup Australia West Coast because I represent the new and emerging type of pinup. Even though I love my vintage aesthetics, I am not about any vintage values. I live and breathe all things vintage, wear it every day, and my house is full of it. But I am a true modern woman at heart, and every day at my job, I stand up for equality and greater understanding for everybody in Australia. By winning such a title, I believe that I can create a more inclusive and understanding vintage community. I will be an advocate that stands up against bullying and toxic behaviour, as well as becoming a voice for those who have too long been silenced in our community. I really want the vintage and pinup community Australia-wide to become a safe haven for everybody. If you identify as a pinup, that should be all that matters. You are a true pinup in my heart. That is why I believe that I should be Miss Vintage Pinup Australia West Coast. Thank you so much for your time. Bye!
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be.
Thank you, Miss Babe Burdett. Now can you tell me what is your favourite vintage or vintage inspired item and why? Miss Babe has written, I must say I adore my peacock chair, but my soft spot is definitely vintage kitchen goods. I have a lovely French vintage toaster and every vintage tool for the kitchen you can think of. I just love the history of creating food for loved ones with them. Thank you so much, Miss Babe.
Hi, my name is Maleda Fawn, and while I do not have a large experience in pin-up, I think that this competition has provided me an opportunity to expand my knowledge and learn more, and that is why I should be crowned Miss Vintage Pin-Up West Coast. Thank you so much.
Sky. Now can you tell me what is your favourite vintage or vintage inspired item and why? Miss Delza has written, I have so many beautiful vintage items throughout my home, but at the moment my favourite item is my Queen Anne dresser and bedside tables that have been refurbished and finished in a beautiful royal blue colour with gold handles. I wanted vintage or vintage inspired furniture for my bedroom and I wanted blue. Now I finally have the pieces I was looking for that complete my recently renovated master bedroom. Thank you so much, Miss Delza, that's beautiful.
So that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek.
Hi, Miss Vintage Goddess. To be crowned Miss Vintage would be an absolute inspiration to myself. I have always been inspired and drawn to the 1950s, especially towards Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn. They have always been my idols. My whole bedroom is basically like a shrine full of Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn. I would also like to thank Miss Dale in giving me this opportunity to enter this competition, to also meet other vintage style ladies as well. I have always been connected to the vintage world and I would love to have this opportunity. It has been so inspiring for myself, and much love to everyone else that has entered this competition, and good luck everyone. Love you all.